sad that it's over, just be happy that
So we just arrived at our apartment in Ostuni. It is huge. So you have this entrance, this beautiful entrance, like this
lobby,
yeah,
sort of.
a huge bathroom. It's really cool.
Looks like the Balinese bathrooms.
This is the whole kitchen slash dining area,
Living room as well.
living room.
Wow.
It's absolutely humongous with 2 balconies.
Let's see what's behind it.
Oh, you can see the seaside.
And one more balcony here.
Oh, we can see our neighbors here on the left. This thing is huge. It's so tall.
And look at
It
this.
looks amazing.
Wow, look at this. I think this is what you call a star vault ceiling. This
Okay.
type of thing. It's very, it's a thing in Puglia.
And then we have a huge, huge bedroom. Nice, right? And I think that's the door to the terrace upstairs.
So this is the lounge
Oh
area.
my God, look at this view. Jesus.
Way. Look at this. This is like Game of Thrones type of shit.
Oh my God. So I guess you can catch sunrise from here.
What do you think?
I didn't expect this.
The rooftop of every single other property is really nicely done up. You got decorative plants, you got lounge areas, you got, everyone's making the most of, and look at that.
While still preserving the
Yeah.
actual.
But look at the view of the old town over there. I can't wait to get there. You can see the seaside over there. That is the Adriatic Sea. So we are staying in this house here in Ostuni for 3 nights for the exact same money that we stayed in Alberobello for 1 night.
Look at who's here on our neighboring balcony. So cute. He's so chubby. Pee pee. Aww. No, I have to pet her. I can't go anywhere, no.
I keep our memories in the back of my mind. So as I age, I'll remember the time when we didn't look too far in front of our own eyes. 'Cause being young was something our parents told us would fly by.
We just came out for a walk on the side of the historic town of Ostuni. We don't have much time because Laura has an appointment to get a haircut. But after that, we will be going inside the old town. But so far, the white city is absolutely beautiful from the outside. I mean, look at this really imposing side wall behind us. That is so beautiful.
Such clear skies. It's like, it's perfect.
Yeah, we've been so lucky with this weather today. It is, however, quite windy. Tonight we're staying in Ostuni. Probably go for dinner here somewhere. Just enjoy the streets, because so far every small town that we've been to in Puglia during the nighttime has been so beautiful. I've been waiting for Laura to come out of the hair salon for the last 20 minutes.
Yes, I've had a haircut. It's nothing too dramatic. It's just a...
Happy?
Yeah. Yes, I was with all the nonnas.
The nonnas?
Yes. Getting our hair done for the evening.
It would have been fun if you could have, done some gossiping with them.
Well, they did gossiping, but by themselves.
Yeah, well.
I couldn't participate.
one of the cool things about Ostuni is many celebrities come here. They all seem to love this place. And tonight we dine like celebrities. I booked a table for dinner at Casa San Giacomo, which is a restaurant where Madonna had 2 birthday parties over the last few years. 2 of them.
It was one.
Yeah, so she seems to love this place. Apparently she loves it because it's contrary to everything you may think of her, because it's unassuming and it's non-pretentious.
Yes, it describes her perfectly.
Another day, another beautiful old town. This time we are in Locorotondo, just half an hour away from Ostuni. And again, another very, very beautiful town center. Let's go explore a bit more.
So you might be surprised to hear that the name Locorotondo comes from the Latin words, which means round place.
And it's just a couple of circular streets around the old town. Found a very quiet space.
It's not in the actual historic center, it's a bit off the beaten path.
But Locorotondo is probably the quietest small town we've seen so far. We are just getting a quick coffee here and a glass of
Their local...
their local
Pisante.
sort of sparkling wine for Laura. And then we'll be on our way to our next stop. Happy times, we found a really cool local wine dealer and Laura made 2 acquisitions.
So I managed to find my favorite wine from Puglia since we came here. It's this one. It's made from red grapes, but it's a white wine. So yeah, it's really interesting.
Still don't really understand the process, but here we are.
But it's the best of both worlds. And we also bought a local sparkling wine from Locorotondo.
But the prices are incredible. Only paid, I think, 18 euros for the 2 bottles. And you could find really good wine for even as low as like 6-7 euros. And we are off to our next stop, which is less than 15 minutes away in the town of Martina Franca. We sat down at Garibaldi Bistro. This is in the main square next to the huge cathedral here in Martina Franca. And yeah, we got some bruschetta. This is so good. The bread is just soaked enough in olive oil.
This is a nice setting, huh? It's square.
Incredible setting we got here for this table between these two humongous cacti. That was probably one of the most delicious portions of pasta we've had lately. However, it was definitely not traditional to Puglia.
No.
And it was very, very decadent.
Yeah, it was, but it was delicious. The truffle was truffling.
There was so much cheese though, because it was taleggio cheese melted inside the tortelli, and then it had the whole fondue of pecorino on top, and slices of pecorino as well.
I had something a bit leaner for once. I had some chicken breast and some salad.
That was not bad,
But
actually.
it was good. They do love to drizzle their olive oil, however, over everything.
Yeah.
But it was very good.
The town is, again, fairly small. It's a bit larger than Locorotondo. It is very beautiful. We did walk around a bit, even in the non-old town section, and it's very clean. It was that whole shopping district area.
Which is now closed because it's afternoon and everything's closed now.
It was a Saturday afternoon, almost 4 p.m., and we were the only people on the street.
I do love the Pugliese architecture. It was very beautiful and very understated.
This town is a mix between Apulian architecture and Baroque, like the huge Basilica di San Martino in the square. Definitely worth coming to this town, even if just for a short walk. And of course, anywhere where you go, you see more and more laundry on the streets.
And to be honest, we did the same today with our laundry. So we're unusually spontaneous this evening. We didn't make any restaurant reservations and we're just gonna wing it. So we're just taking a walk now and see if we can find a nice restaurant. It's super, super nice outside. It's not windy at all as opposed to yesterday. And like it's the perfect temperature.
So Ostuni used to be called the White City because back in medieval times, it was painted white with limestone because that was antibacterial and it would protect people from spreading the plague. But now, it just looks really cool. It's our final full day here in Ostuni, and what better way to start our day than with something that so many Italians do all the time, which is go to the main square of the town and just do people watching while you're having coffee.
Or an Aperol Spritz.
You say I should journal every day, but I don't. You say if I write things down, then I'll know myself better, but I probably won't. I know that there is something I should do to be a healthy human. That's what I wanna do.
Just finished our coffee / aperitivo. And the wind today is out of control.
We are just walking back home. It's a very short walk. Grab the car keys and we're driving 20 minutes to the seaside because no trip to Ostuni is complete before you get to see the seaside. Luckily for me, there's one specific pizzeria on the seaside that I'm very excited to get to.
Imagine the wind at the seaside now.
I don't care. I'm just happy we're having pizza for lunch.
Can you show me? Can you show me
just arrived outside the pizza place, and all I can say is the sea was angry that day, my friends, because this is so spectacular. The waves are insane.
I've never seen such huge waves. I'm glad I'm not in a boat or something right now. But look, the beach looks really, really nice. It's a sand beach.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I promise I'll listen.
So because of the really strong winds, the pizza place was closed. Sadly, there were no other alternatives around because it was a very, very small town. So we had to drive another 15 minutes and found this really cool restaurant.
The restaurant is very unassuming. There's loads of families here. I got tuna steak and Horia got grilled swordfish. Not the best alternative to your pizza, but it's a bit lighter, I guess. I like the fact that it's not too raw.
It's in a poppy seed crust, I think.
And a bit of sesame.
And sesame
So
and
good.
poppy seed. Yeah, this actually does look really, really good. Going back to Ostuni right now, that meal did not disappoint. The fish was fantastically well cooked, both the tuna and the swordfish.
Just baby, tell me what I'm supposed to do to be a healthy human. That's what I wanna do, but I don't think I know how. Can you show me? Can you show me? I promise I'll listen. I promise I'll listen this time.
Never in my life have I experienced such strong wind. Okay. I can't. Okay.
Must push through.
Especially close to the seaside here in Ostuni, it is out of control.
But it's not been
So
like
is
this.
my
It's
hair.
not been like this. It's just today.
Yeah, just say.
Ostuni,
Oh my god, flying
there is
away.
not a whole lot to do here. There's a few things you can do, and you can do that really well. You can drink well, you got really good wine. This is a fantastic area for wines, Valle d'Itria, and you can have really good food for not that expensive. It is a very beautiful city. The old town is just shockingly beautiful.
And also it has so many viewpoints, so many terraces with beautiful views.
Oh, your hair.
Sorry. I feel like cousin it. Ostuni offers so many viewpoints and it has so many terraces and restaurants along the seaside.
People are blown away.
By the beauty of Ostuni.
Ostuni has a fantastic position within Puglia. You're very centrally located. You're about an hour and a half the most from anywhere. And if you want to have one base in Puglia, to explore Puglia, this is the spot. Whether it's Ostuni or somewhere very close by, this is a perfect spot.
And also the accommodation is quite affordable compared to other cities around it.
Out of all of our stays in this Puglia trip, this is the most affordable one for
And you
us.
can stay in such historical and beautiful houses.
With that said, I think it's time for my first glass of wine of the day. I've been driving.
You had one home.
We just left Bar Perso. We had a glass of wine. It was a little bit more expensive than in other parts of Ostuni or in this area of Puglia. Super nicely decorated on the inside. It was a little bit windy, that's why we didn't sit outside,
Yeah.
but the view from outside, oh my God. We're almost done with Ostuni. I want one more snack right now. And then we're going home. We're gonna pack for tomorrow and then come back out for somewhat of a dinner. We just had a quick puccia, the same type of sandwich we had in Bari. For 10 euros, you get an insanely delicious medium-sized sandwich with absolutely super high quality ingredients. We also had a red beer.
Which I've never had before, and it's so good. It's the best beer I've had. I didn't know red beer existed.
Yeah, it's become sort of our favorite red beer here. It's a little
sweeter.
bit stronger than regular beer. And it's a little bit sweeter.
Yeah, less bitter.
We sat down outside of Vinicolo in this, what would you call this? Underpass. We got a glass of wine each and a sort of a charcuterie cold cuts cheese platter. An amazing wine bar. They've got a huge collection of over 100 wines, most of them local, but all throughout Italy as well.
And the wind stopped-ish.
Yeah, it's actually really nice under the arch here. It's not cold anymore, it's not windy. We got back home, but we couldn't leave Ostuni.
You couldn't leave Ostuni.
I couldn't leave Ostuni without having one final Panzerotto. I've seen this place on social media before. I was really excited to have it. It is this huge deep fried doughy business. This one has mozzarella, gorgonzola, guanciale, and unduia. So, yeah, nice.
Gorgonzola is kicking in.
Does it pass the vibe check?
And it's spicy.
Thank you for watching our vlog here in Ostuni and around Ostuni. Tomorrow we're moving on to Lecce. And until then, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and we'll definitely see you in the next one.